I noticed that, I gotta really take care of my body because, if I don't, then, it'll be bad for me.
What a brilliant play by Billy Garrett Jr.
I have sickle cell SC. When I was younger, I would get sick maybe 2 or 3 times a month, go to the hospital. But as I got older, I was able to manage it a little bit better.
Nobody else has heard of somebody with sickle cell disease performing at the level that he is.
Dr. Louis Sue is a pediatric hematologist at the University of Illinois Hospital and Health Sciences, and he has been working directly with Billy Garrett Jr. for nearly 2.5 years.
Sickle cell disease is a condition where endurance can be a problem and aerobic metabolism can be a problem. So when you get a snowball type effect where more and more of the blood flow is blocked and more tissue, especially muscles and bones, start to suffer the effects of not having good blood flow. So having aerobic exercise that pushes you too far could set off problems where he gets intense, severe pain.
Was there any concerns about not letting him play sports at all?
I don't think it was ever a thought to not let him play. So I think there may have been concerns.
Right.
When me and my wife would go back and forth about it, I was like, well, how do you know?
It was rather devastating initially, not having a lot of information about what sickle cell was all about. I was informed at that time that he probably wouldn't be able to play sports. So I immediately started doing my research because I was determined that that was not going to be the case for Billy.
And it was kind of tough for me to deal with playing sports and not being able to go through conditioning with my teammates. You get tired faster, and that's the biggest thing. And if you don't monitor that, then it'll result in a crisis.
A crisis is a term used to describe an episode suffered by sickle cell carriers in which they can experience debilitating pain.
The pain of sickle cell disease is one of the worst pains known to people. It can be 10 on a scale of 10 and can be worse than childbirth labor pain, can be worse than a broken leg.
Last season, in preparation for a trip to Seton Hall, Garrett Jr. began feeling pain in his knee, which to him seemed normal after a long week.
We landed the plane, got to New Jersey. I had to go to the hospital because it was so bad, the pain. I couldn't stand it, trying to stay in the hotel room.
He was just given some extremely strong drugs that caused him to become nauseated, vomiting, which ultimately resulted in a higher level of dehydration, which kind of sent the crisis on a spiral.
When I went to the hospital is when I really knew the severity of what he was kind of going through, because I had never seen him like that. He looked like he was on his deathbed. It scared me to death. I didn't sleep for like 5 days. He had no color in his face or his body. I was just really praying, trying to figure out what was going on.
In the past, when Billy would have a crisis, because Bill was on the road so much, he would usually arrive at the hospital once he was stabilized. So no, he never saw the initial pain or the distress that Billy would be in.
They kind of helped me through it. I was torn up. I wasn't any good at all.
And Mom came to save the day. She took me to a sickle cell clinic in New Jersey. And there they kept me for about 5 or 6 days and took care of me.
Did the doubt ever creep in your mind about, I don't know if I should continue to do this?
Yeah, it did. The crisis was so bad. It was probably one of the worst that I've ever had. I started to question, should I really be doing this? And, I talked to my parents about it, and they talked me into keeping with it, staying with it. But since then, it's been smooth sailing.
You have to find leadership in yourself, and if you're Billy Garrett Jr., the team is ready to jump on your back.
There's no doubt that Billy Garrett Jr.'s leadership has had an impact on his team, but it's the influence he has on other sickle cell patients that remains close to his heart.
People who have sickle cell, they come out the hospital and they're hearing about everything that they can't do. And they don't really start to think about the things that they can do.
And I told him that, you have sickle cell and you are doing some things, again, that haven't been understood. So you have a platform.
If this story can influence someone to go out and do anything that they want, I'm happy with that, no matter what it is in life, just to make the most of your opportunities and to really just count your blessings.